The pickup.
Lily, please sit down. Just sit in the car and close the door gently.
I don't want to sit down. I want to go back in there and tell that girl exactly what I think of her.
I can see your hands are shaking, Lily. Your face is very red. Please, just take a seat next to me.
It is not fair. It is just not fair, Dad. Why am I the one leaving? She started it.
We are going to talk about everything, I promise. But first, look at me. Your breathing is very fast. Can you try to take one slow breath?
I can't breathe slowly. My heart is beating like a drum. I feel like I am exploding.
That is a very strong feeling. You feel like you are exploding. That is the first step, Lily. You are recognizing the physical feeling in your body.
I don't care about steps. I care about my science project. She laughed at it. She told everyone it looked like a 5-year-old made it.
I understand why that hurts. It's a terrible feeling when someone is mean to us. But right now, you are in red mode. Do you remember what we talked about?
I don't want to be in any mode. I just want to be angry.
Being angry is okay. It is a normal emotion. But look at your fists. You are holding them so tight. Try to open your hands. Just open your fingers.
Fine. My hands are open. Are you happy now? I still feel like I want to scream.
Thank you for opening your hands. Now, let's try the 4-7-8 rule. Breathe in for 4 seconds. I will count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Now, hold it. And now, breathe out very slowly through your mouth. Make a sound like the wind.
My chest feels a little bit lighter, but I am still so mad, Dad. My head hurts.
That's because your brain is trying to protect you. It thinks there is a physical danger. But there is no lion here, Lily. It's just a bad day at school.
It's a disaster. Mr. Harrison looked at me like I was a criminal because I shouted, but he didn't hear what she said first.
We will explain that to him later, but we can't explain anything when we are shouting. If you react with anger, people only see your anger. They don't see the truth.
So I just have to sit here and be quiet? That feels like losing.
No. Staying calm is winning. It means you are the boss of your brain. You are controlling your life, not the girl who laughed at you. If she makes you angry, she is the boss of you.
I hate it when you're right. It makes me even more annoyed.
I know. Let's try one more deep breath. Tell me, what is the exact name of the feeling in your stomach right now? Is it just anger?
It's embarrassment. I worked for 3 weeks on that model. When she laughed, I felt small. I felt like everyone was looking at me and thinking I was stupid.
Embarrassment. That is a powerful word. Thank you for being honest. Now that we named it, it's not a monster anymore. It's just a feeling.
A big, heavy feeling.
We can carry heavy feelings together. Just stay here with me for a minute. Don't think about tomorrow. Just feel the seat of the car and listen to your breath.
Okay, I'm trying. My heart is slowing down a little bit.
Good. That is progress. You're doing a great job, Lily. This is the hardest part.
The realization.
You are doing much better, Lily. Your voice sounds quieter now. Are you ready to tell me exactly what happened before you were sent to the office?
I guess so. We were in the science lab. I was putting the final touches on my solar system model. I was actually feeling really proud of it.
You should be. I saw you painting those planets every night last week. So what changed?
Maya walked past my desk. She didn't just walk, she stopped. She looked at my Saturn rings and started whispering to her friends. Then she said, loud enough for everyone to hear, I didn't know we were allowed to use trash for our projects.
That sounds very provocative. She was looking for a reaction, wasn't she?
Yes, and she got it. I felt this heat go from my neck up to my ears. I didn't even think, Dad. I just stood up and pushed my chair back so hard it fell over.
That was the trigger. At that moment, did you feel like you had a choice about what to do next?
No, it was like a train. Once it starts, it can't stop. I screamed at her. I called her a spoiled brat and told her to shut her mouth. Then I threw my notebook on the floor.
So, Maya said something mean. That was her action. Then you screamed and threw your book. That was your reaction. Do you see the gap between those two things?
What gap? It happened in 1 second.
Exactly. That is the problem. In that 1 second, your emotional brain took the steering wheel of the car. Your thinking brain was in the trunk, tied up.
But she insulted my work. If I don't say anything, she wins. If I stay quiet, I'm a doormat.
There is a middle ground. It's called a response. A reaction is fast and messy. A response is slow and strong. If you had taken 3 seconds to breathe, what could you have said instead?
I don't know. Maybe I could have said, I like my project, Maya, and your opinion doesn't matter to me.
That sounds incredibly powerful. If you said that, who would look like the leader and who would look like the child?
She would look like the child, but instead I was the one who got sent to Mr. Harrison because I was the one screaming. She just stood there looking shocked like she did nothing wrong.
That is the trap. People who want to control you will try to trigger your emotions. If they succeed, they control you. You gave Maya the remote control to your feelings, and she pressed the angry button.
I hate that. I hate that she has that power over me. I want the remote control back.
You already have it. You just have to learn how to use the pause button. When you felt that heat in your neck, that was the signal to pause. If you pause, you can choose a response that makes you proud, not a reaction that gets you in trouble.
But Mr. Harrison thinks I'm the problem now. He didn't see her whispering. He only saw me exploding. How do I fix that? I feel like my reputation is ruined.
We fix it by showing him the new Lily, the Lily who can talk about her feelings calmly. We are going to go back in there in a few minutes.
Wait, now? I'm not ready. What if Maya is still in the hallway? What if she laughs again?
Then we practice. If she laughs, you feel the heat, you name the feeling, that is Maya trying to trigger me. You breathe and you keep walking. You don't give her your power.
It sounds so easy when you say it, but it's so hard when I'm actually there.
It is a skill, like playing the piano or doing math. You will fail sometimes, and that's okay. But right now, you are learning to be the master of yourself. That is the most important lesson you will learn in this school.
Okay, I'm trying to visualize it. Pausing, breathing, not letting her press my buttons. I think I'm ready to talk to Mr. Harrison again. I want to explain myself without crying or yelling.
I'm proud of you. Let's walk back to the office. Slowly.
The meeting.
Before we open this door, Lily, remember, Mr. Harrison isn't your enemy. He is just trying to keep the school peaceful. Use your I-feel statements.
I know. I feel instead of you are. It's hard, but I'm ready. My heart is a little fast, but I'm in control.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harrison. Thank you for seeing us again so quickly. Please, come in. Sit down. Lily, I hope you have had some time to think about your behavior in the lab. Screaming and throwing things is not how we solve problems at this school.
I have thought about it, Mr. Harrison. I am sorry for losing my temper. I know that my reaction was wrong and it disturbed the whole class.
I appreciate that apology. It's a good start. But why did it happen? You are usually such a quiet student.
I felt very frustrated and hurt. I spent a lot of time on my project, and Maya made some very mean comments about it. I felt like I was being bullied, and I didn't know how to handle that feeling.
I see. Mark, did Lily tell you what was said? Yes, she did. We've been discussing the difference between reacting to a provocation and responding to it. Lily knows she made a mistake, but she was also reacting to a very difficult situation. I see. Maya tells a different story. She says she was just joking. She says she didn't mean to upset you.
Maybe it was a joke to her, but it didn't feel like a joke to me. It felt like an attack on my hard work. However, I realize now that shouting at her didn't help me. It only made me look like the person who was being mean.
That is a very mature observation, Lily. You're right. When you explode the original problem, Maya's comment gets forgotten and your anger becomes the new problem. We are working on a 10-step plan to manage these moments. Step 4 is choosing the response. Lily, tell Mr. Harrison what you wish you had done.
I wish I had taken a deep breath and told her that her comments were not helpful. I should have walked away and come to talk to you or a teacher immediately, instead of trying to win the argument with a loud voice.
I'm impressed, Lily. Many adults struggle to explain their emotions that clearly. Because you are taking responsibility, I am going to lower the penalty. You won't be suspended, but you will have to help clean the lab after school for 2 days.
I understand. That is fair. I'm just glad I can come back to class tomorrow.
I will also have a talk with Maya about her jokes. Respect is a two-way street. If you feel that heat rising again, Lily, what will you do?
I will use my pause button. I will remember that my peace of mind is more important than her opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. This has been a very important lesson for her, and a reminder for me, too. You're welcome. It's a lesson that will help you for the rest of your life, Lily. Control your emotions, and you control your future. I'll see you in the lab tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Have a good afternoon.
The lesson learned. Well, we're back in the car. You survived the meeting. How do you feel now? Be honest.
Honestly, I feel exhausted. It's actually harder to stay calm than it is to get angry. My brain feels like I just finished a 5-hour math exam.
That makes sense. Managing emotions is a workout for your thinking brain. You were using a lot of energy to keep that emotional brain in check.
But I feel proud, I think. Usually, after I get in trouble, I feel guilty and sad for the rest of the day. But right now, I feel like I actually fixed the problem.
That is the power of a response. You solved the problem with Mr. Harrison, and you kept your dignity. You didn't lose your character because someone else lost hers.
I kept thinking about what you said, about the remote control. When I was in his office, I could feel Maya's words trying to pull me back into the anger, but I just kept telling myself, I have the remote. I have the remote.
That's step 7, self-talk. The words we say to ourselves are more important than the words other people say to us. If you tell yourself you are a victim, you will act like one. If you tell yourself you are in control, you will be.
What happens tomorrow, though? Maya will probably be even meaner because she got a lecture from the principal. She might try to make me look bad in front of everyone.
She might, but remember the big picture. This isn't just about Maya. This is about your life. If you can learn to stay calm when she is mean, you can stay calm during a difficult job interview in the future, or when you have a disagreement with a friend.
So, Maya is like a practice coach? A really annoying practice coach?
Exactly. Think of her as a test. Every time she is difficult, it's an opportunity for you to practice your 10 steps. She is actually helping you become a stronger person, even if she doesn't mean to.
I never thought about it that way. If I stay calm, she actually loses the game she is playing.
Bingo. Now, let's talk about the final step, and I think you are ready for a very large ice cream as a reward for your hard work today.
Now that is a suggestion I can respond to very quickly. Can we go to the shop with the extra chocolate sprinkles?
We certainly can. You controlled your emotions today, Lily. You earned it. Let's go home.
Thanks, Dad, for not just being angry at me, for teaching me how to be the boss of my own head.
Anytime, Lily. Anytime.
Great work today. Keep going. Every lesson helps you improve your English. I'm excited to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun lessons. Keep learning and see you again soon.